So today we're going to be talking about Zoro, the master swordsman of the Straw Hat Pirates, and his feat of cutting Pica in the Dressrosa arc. Our mission objective is to find the AP for the cut and justify the numbers we land on and prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this does in fact come out to be mountain level feat, even on the low end. Now before we get into the size and measurements of Pica's stone golem form, let's take a minute to talk about his devil fruit and what it allows him to actually do, as this will be critical in understanding the numbers we got when scaling this feat. Pica ate the Ishi Ishi no Mi, better known as the Stone fruit, a paramecia type devil fruit which allows him to merge with, assimilate, and manipulate any form of stone, giving him absolute control over stone structures and rocky terrain. On the left side, we see normal stone, which is brittle. Once you start a crack, it's susceptible to fragmentation, structural failure, and collapsing. It doesn't take a huge amount of energy for that to happen. But on the right, we see a representation of Pica's golem form. Because of his devil fruit, the entire body is being held together as one solid living structure. That's why when Zoro cuts him in half, the upper half doesn't just crumble and fall apart, it stays intact and gets launched upward. Now that we've established Pica's fruit and how it works, let's get into the numbers. We'll be going over each and every one of these terminologies individually so you guys can understand how and why we got these numbers and how they play into Zoro's cutting. We measured Pica's giant form directly from the panels, using the buildings and people visible in the shots as reference. We got a height of about 850 meters. To put that in perspective, the Eiffel Tower is only 330 meters tall. So this version of Pica is more than 2.5 Eiffel Towers stacked on top of each other. Now why is that important? Well, the taller the giant means it's going to have that much more mass associated with it, meaning that's that much more work that Zoro is going to have to do. On to the cut face, or better known as cross-sectional area, 750 meters by 450 meters. What does that mean? Well, the cut face is the flat surface that Zoro's sword actually sliced through. 750 meters equals how wide the body was at the cut. 450 meters equals how thick the body was from front to back. We measured the width and thickness of Pica's body at the exact point the cut happened using anime and manga panels. 750 times 450 equals 337,500 square meters. Not bad. The bigger the area, the more force is needed. On to the shear strength, 20 MPa or megapascals. Shear strength is how much force a material can take before it gets sliced apart. 20 MPa means the stone can resist 20 million newtons of force on every square meter before it shears. Now, how do we get this? We used low-end conservative numbers for real stone / granite. We did not use high numbers. Now, why is that important? Because Pica's devil fruit keeps the giant held together as one solid piece, as we mentioned before, the stone doesn't just crack and fall apart easily, it has to be sheared through. Using 20 MPa keeps the calculation on the careful and modest side. Now on to shear energy, 0.73 megatons. This is the energy Zoro's slash needed just to cut through the stone body. How we get it is we took the force from the shear strength times the cut face area and multiplied it by how far the blade had to travel through the body, which was 450 meters. That gives us the work done, which equals energy. Now why is this important? Well, this is the main part of the calculation. It shows how much power was required to actually shear the giant in half instead of just making a small crack and allowing fragmentation and structural failure to do the rest of the work. Now we look at the launch energy at 0.07 megatons. This is the extra energy needed to throw the upper half of the giant upward after it was cut. We calculated the mass of the upper half and how high it was launched. Then use the formula for lifting something against gravity, mass times gravity times height. The upper half didn't just fall, it was sent upward. That takes real energy, so we included it in our calculations. When we add the cutting energy, 0.73 shear, plus the launching energy, 0.07 launch, this comes out to 0.8 megatons, making this a mountain level feat, undeniably. Now let's actually put that number in perspective, because on its own, a number like that doesn't mean much. The bomb dropped on Hiroshima was about 15 kilotons. This one slash comes out to roughly 800 kilotons. That's not double, not even 10 times. That is over 50 times the destructive output of that bomb in a single strike. And again, this is using conservative numbers and low ends to get this feat at mountain level. Now, if you're not satisfied with my scaling, we can always use the Versus Battle Wiki interpretations and take their numbers. They calculated the kinetic energy of the upper body after it was already cut and flying upward. We calculated the energy required to perform that cut plus a small amount for lifting the upper half. They landed on 375 megatons or high mountain level. Not bad. We landed on 0.8 megatons or low mountain level. It's your boy Tay. Like the video, subscribe, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you don't, I'm gonna become one of those scalers that do it wrong. I will infatuate and inflate every number to get One Piece where it needs to be. So like the video, subscribe, stop being pussy. Yo.